All right, here we go, students. What I'd like to do now is I would like to show you how to use NCViewer to create a CNC program for the lathe. Everything we've done so far with CNC has been related to the milling machine, CNC milling machine. But today I'm going to give you just a quick taste, a little quieter, please. I'm going to give you a quick taste of what it's like to program using, the programming language for a CNC lathe part, a part that you would program for the CNC lathe, okay? So I'm going to share my screen here, make sure I have everything ready to go. And I do. A little quieter, please. So I've got CAD 226 opened, and I'm going to go to a new module I've created. I've got to move it up some. I apologize. Let me just move it up here just a little bit. Sometimes these things will shift on you. This is module 11B. I know, I'm getting ready to turn it on. It's called module 11B. It's a simple CNC program and using NCViewer. Now I'm going to work with you on this. What I want you to do is it shouldn't take about 15 minutes total. I'd like for you to go to this link and click on this link. And then I'd like for you to open this PDF document. And I would like for you to take a picture of this with your phone. This is something that would be made on the lathe. We're going to type it in and simulate it. And then we're going to eventually make a drawing of this. If I get my voice back, we're going to make a drawing of this, not today, in Inventor or Fusion. And we're going to type up this program just like we did before. And we're going to define each component, each G code, each S code, T code, miscellaneous codes, all the G codes, and so forth, okay? I didn't do that today because I was practicing with, because it's been a while since Mr. Morse used this software for the lathe, but it's okay. So I would like for you to go ahead, and I'm going to stop my share here. And I'd like for you to go ahead and open up NCViewer off on the internet. So go to NCViewer. I guess I need to share my screen so people can see what I'm doing here. All right, you can see I'm typing in NCViewer here at the search bar. Enter. Hopefully I'm sharing. I am. Go to NCViewer, G-code viewer, machine simulator. And this is, go ahead and expand that. Please listen. Down here, if you click on this right here, this little button here, you do a left click. Right now, the default is the CNC milling machine, but we want to do something with the lathe. So I would go ahead and I would click on this button here. Now there's something you need to be aware of with the lathe. The CNC machine, the CNC milling machine has XYZ axis. I'm talking about a simple CNC milling machine has XYZ axis. For the lathe, we only have X and Z. For the lathe, we only have x-axis and the z-axis, okay? So keep that in mind with the lathe. You only have x and z-axis, no y-axis, not on the simpler machines, okay? Now, we want to create a new file here. Now, we can't just start typing in that program that I posted because there's some things that need to be added to it. So for example, there's no sequence number, so we have to make sure we keep this straight. And let me just stop my share here for a minute and go back in. I want to make sure everyone can see this. All right. Now, the program is very similar to what's shown here. So the first thing you want to put is, click over here in the editor, look, is a percent sign, right? That's the beginning of a new program. Also, we're going to give it a program number. So type in, it's a little bit different than what you see on your PDF. Let's call it 0 2000. And you can put in parentheses here, simple CNC lathe example. Okay. By the way, those are comment statements. Those are comment statements. Now we got to put in our first line of code. We have a sequence number here, and then we'll type in N10 space G50 S2000 and then T0300. That's the tool number. That's the tool. That's N10 is the sequence number or the address. G50, I'm going to have you look that up here shortly. S2000 is the number of revolutions the spindle is turning on the lathe. And you're using tool number 3, okay? Which is not defined here, but in the real world, that represents the tool number that is in the turret. That represents the tool number or the tool that's in turret and position 3, okay? Now, we're going to enter that, and we're going to type in N20. Again, like I said, don't type it in exactly how it's written in the PDF because we're putting sequence numbers in here. And we're going to type in G96 S200. Look, they've slowed down the spindle some. M03. So we're going to define all these a little later. Right now, we're just trying to get the program in here. It just means the end of a line. It means the end of a line. I teach C++, so it's like a no not to include the semicolon. Yeah, I would put the semicolon there. But I think it would run without the semicolon. Mr. Moore sometimes gets the programming. He teaches so many different ones. He gets the programming languages confused. It's just, but it's fine. It will work. It just means the end of line. G42, G00 means to do what? Go rapid. Means to go rapid. Go where rapid? X 35.0. Now, I thought this was odd, but that's okay. Go ahead and leave it. They're going to actually I would have said Z0 here. Okay. Yeah, it's not Z, it's 5 millimeters. These are in millimeters, by the way. It's 5 millimeters from the front edge of the part. It's 5 millimeters from the front edge of the part. So you're not on the part. You don't have a negative Z value here. So we got Z 5.0. And then again, for some reason in this particular program, they are emphasizing the tool number again, which I'm okay with, but it's not necessary. And MO8, does anybody remember what MO8 means? Turn the coolant on. Turn the coolant on. N40, N40 is going to be G01, which means to what? To cut linear. And we're going to go, now look, we got a negative Z value here. A negative Z value, which means what? We're now cutting into the material at a pretty slow speed rate. 0.2 inches per minute. Is yours working? I mean, does yours look like mine so far? Okay. So N50, again, that's the address, right? We're going to go. By the way, G01 means to go linear. G02 means to go clockwise. And G03 means to go counterclockwise, I believe. I get G02 and G03 mixed up, but you are cutting an arc here at this point. Okay, you are cutting an arc. And where's the arc going to start? It's going to start at an X dimension of 67.0. And we're going to go negative 36.0. Again, this is going to make a whole lot more sense to you as you look at the drawing. Okay. Because initially, if you look at the drawing, the first depth you see, the first step is 36. However, you have to subtract the radius, which is 16, which puts you at a Z value of negative 20. So you're kind of at the start of that radius. You're at the start of that radius. Now, when you go the next line, go circular, G02, you're going to start, well, your end point, this is your end point, which is going to be X at 67, because you got to take the 35 plus 16 more, which is going to give you 41, plus 16 more, because you have two radii there, it's going to see 67. And then by the time you do that, you will be back at the negative 36, which is the Z. Again, we're going to draw this up. We're going to draw this up. We're going to dimension it. We're going to study the program, compare it to the geometry, and we're going to define each term. But we know what R means here. What does R mean, you think? Radius. Yay, we learned something new today, right? In 60, they're going to do they're going to go linear just for a quick second here. G01 at X 68.0 and semicolon. Okie dokie. We go linear just for a blip. Okay. Then we're going to go, watch this, in 70, G03 is a counterclockwise direction, and we're going to go until we reach an X value of 100, which is the maximum diameter on this part. Okay, X 100. And then we're going to do a Z negative 52.0. Again, if you look at this, you're at the 36. At 36, what is 36 plus 16 more because you're doing your radius? That's when you're going to make it to X at 100. So that's going to be a negative 36 plus a negative 16 should be a negative 52. Okay. And then again, we have an R value of 16 because it's okay. So it's going what? G02 going clockwise. G01 is going just a smidgen linear, and then it's going counterclockwise because G03 is counterclockwise. Okay, semicolon. We've only got a few lines left in 80. Let's see. And 80. Sorry. We're going to go G01. And we're going to go negative to a value of 82 in the Z direction. Okay, we're going to go. So 46 and 36 is equal to what? 46 and 36 is equal to what? 82, right? It's going to be 82. That's why it's negative 82 in the Z. That's the stopping point. That's the stopping point. Don't worry. We're going to go through this program again. Better make sure you save it, though, somewhere. And 90 is going to be G40. Go rapid, G00. X 200.0, X 200. Now it's just moving it off the part. Now it's just moving the tool off the part to clear the workpiece. That's what it's doing. Turning off the what? M09 is doing what? Turning off the coolant. And for some reason, they still got that tool here. I don't think you need that, but I'll just be consistent and make it the same as what's on the program. Then we got N100, N100, right? And we're going to have M30. M30 means what? End of program. Now, by the way, if you feel uncomfortable with the semicolons, just take them off. It just means the end of block. And then I'm going to have a percent sign. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, you should have this little blue dot clicked on here that gives you diameter mode for the lathe. Then come up here to your editor and position your cursor at the top line. At the top line of your program, and then select plot. Now you have to come over here and zoom out some. Now remember, this may not be the exact same profile because this shows your tool path. This shows your tool path. Okay. So we start off at a Z distance of 5 millimeters from the end of the workpiece. So we're off the workpiece 5 millimeters. So it looks a little bit longer here. It looks a little bit longer. But if I want to run this program, you can step through it by clicking on this arrow here. Now, That's really that's the end. That's the end of that's where your diameter is 82 right here. One more time. Let's run through it one more time. So the program works. Program works. Okay. Look right here. Look, look. That's a go rapid. We're cutting air. You go to X35, which we did, but we're still 5 millimeters off the workpiece. That's why it looks like it's so far out in front of here's the Z axis. Oh, excuse me. No, that's not the Z. Forgive me. That's not, this is the Y axis. Y axis is up. Okay. Y axis is up. But just leave it like that. Okay. Actually, it says the horizontal Y is up. I do know that's your starting point right there. I do know. So I'm just going to keep. Now that's where you've gone in a negative Z value of 20 at a feed rate. F is the feed rate, a linear feed rate of 0.2 inches per minute. I'm going to click on this. Look, we did an arc. We went clockwise to an X value of 67. Okay, to an X value of 67. Remember, the Y axis is up. This is the Y. This is the X. This is the Z. We're at X equal to 67 right now. And then we're going to have a radius of 16. Actually, this is where it finishes. This is where it finishes with the first radius. There's where it looked. There was that little blip where it moved just a small linear distance. And then it's going to arc again counterclockwise, G03, until you reach an X value of 100, right? Should stop about right here. Yep, there you go. It's right there. Then you're going to go back to a Z negative 82. There you go. And then we're off the workpiece, returning the tool back to the station, home position, and then you end the program. All right, so that's the program. If you got that, guess what? You got at least a 50 so far. Now what we're going to do, we're not going to do it today. We don't have the time. Save this. Save this program. Or you could go ahead and take a picture with your phone so you know you at least have it. But you could save this. I do a control print screen. Or I guess it's FN print screen. I do a FN print screen and I go to Word, right? Huh? Okay, then you can save this as a PDF if you want to. Thank goodness for Quan's relaxing music today. It's their music. It's very relaxing, right? All right, so guess what? You're going to save this. Do not lose this data because you will need it. Well, I got to figure out how this is going to work. Next week, I will be here. The week after next, Mr. Morris is not here at all. Next week, I'm here. The week after next. That's spring break for the college. I don't know how they're doing, you guys. Let me go ahead and stop this video. Hang on just a second. I'm going to answer all your questions. Save this. Please save this. This is worth 50 points. But we're not done yet because you got to make the model of this. We're going to know this so well before you're done. I don't know why my throat sounds this strange thing. I'm going to stop the share. And I'm going to stop the recording.